Good afternoon, and welcome everybody to Triple Trouble. My name's Mark Silence, and among other things, I am the playwright of the play that you're about to see this afternoon. And so I was chosen to come and give some introductory remarks, which I'll do right now. First of all, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm excited. I'm as excited, if not more excited than you are to see this play, because I've never seen it. No one ever has. In fact, I've stayed away from the rehearsal process, except for those times that I chose to peek my head in because I just couldn't help myself. And I'm pretty familiar with the set as well. But other than that, this is the first time that anybody's going to see this play. It's a world premiere, which is pretty exciting. Let's see. What do I want to say? So this morning, Ms. Darnton and I had a conversation about some preparatory remarks that we might make to get you in the right frame of mind to appreciate this play. The impulse to do this play was because we wanted to do something that had at least something to do, if not to produce a Shakespearean play, a play by William Shakespeare. But instead we decided to make our own because we decided that one of the best ways to learn about Shakespeare was to time travel, to go back in time and see what it was actually like. And if you don't think that's possible, just wait for a few minutes, because that's something that's likely to happen very, very soon. Some of the things that I think are interesting to note about a live performance, one is that these actors it's happening right now in front of you, right, live. So it's not the same experience as watching a movie. So please understand that they can hear you, you can hear them. There's a relationship here between audience and action, and also their brains are firing on all cylinders right now. So if you are thinking about doing anything that is seemingly distracting to them, I would try not to do that if you possibly can help it. Like I said, there's time travel in this play. We're going to go back in time into William Shakespeare's time and see what that's like. And we're also going to visit an acting company. Spoiler alert, I'm trying not to spoil anything. I want you to see what happens in the play. But we are going to do something with an acting company. And in an acting company, the actors take on various roles. That's what they do. In fact, in this play, I think there are actors and characters that take on 3, 4, maybe even 5 different parts. When they do that, I hope that that's clear to you. One of the things that might signify and indicate that that's going to happen is that they put on a different hat. That's analogous to changing your job or analogous to changing your character. When somebody puts on a new hat, keep in mind that they might be playing a new role. What else? The language of Shakespeare is somewhat different than ours, but I do assure you it is in English, right? So if you listen carefully and listen hard and understand what the actors are trying to convey to each other, I think that you'll come to an understanding with what it is they're trying to say. The last thing, and this is off script, is I just want to say that this wouldn't happen at all. I'm very thankful that this is happening. I'm so grateful to King as an entity and to the Performing Arts Program that a play that I wrote gets to go up on stage. There's nothing like it. I'm thrilled, and like I said, I'm very excited to see it. It would not have happened without Amy Darnton, who has made all of this come together. And I'm sure that this is just the first in a number of thank yous that are going to go out to Ms. Darnton. But I want to make a personal thanks that my play is getting seen. I wrote it, I handed it over to her, and that's the last time I've seen it. So I'm excited to see it. But thank you from the bottom of my heart, Amy, for making all of this happen today. And with that having been said, enjoy Triple Trouble.
When shall we 3 meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun. Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through fog and filthy air.
This is stupid. Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
I'm not doing this.
Oh, come on.
Not again.
Do
yourself. This is embarrassing.
You promised.
We're almost to the spell.
You're doing great, and there's only a little bit more to go.
I got all of this stuff. The least you can do is finish the potion.
What's wrong? I'm wearing a dress. You look cool.
It's a cloak. This is what witches wear. I look like a girl.
Well, we are called the Weird Sisters.
Listen, we're doing this, and when we do, your English grade is gonna skyrocket.
It can only go up. Why can't we do the sword fighting scene? Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on Macduff, and damn be him that first cries, hold, enough. Language! Besides, I want to learn the words for the witches scenes. I can't memorize a whole new scene for our presentation tomorrow.
We're doing the witches, and that's that. No one will recognize you with your costume on. Now, can we get on with it before these ingredients go bad? Rotten toads and shark stomachs don't last forever.
Ew. And we've only got enough for 2 spells, today and tomorrow. Fine, but when I become the biggest joke in school, I'll be looking for a spell to make myself disappear.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge did whine.
Harpier cries, 'tis time,
'Tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw.
Toad, that under cold stone days and nights has 31 sweltered venom sleeping got. Boil thou first in the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake, for charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf of the raven, salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark. In the dark? Why would you go out digging hemlock in the dark? Add thereto a tiger's chaldron for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Whoa, what's happening?
It's working, it's working!
What's this spell supposed to do?
I don't know, but it's working!
Back, I think it's gonna blow!
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
What a smell of smoke! Is this part of the newest play, Shakespeare?
Someone must have left the torches to burn down.
We're lucky we didn't lose another theater.
Start fanning the smoke. We have to rehearse. We perform Romeo and Juliet for Her Majesty the Queen tomorrow.
Not Romeo and Juliet again.
We haven't got Juliet. Condal is sick.
Hemmings, you'll have to do it.
I can't play Juliet. I'm Benvolio.
But you are the only one who's rehearsed the part.
He just doesn't want to wear the dress.
And he thinks the wig is in his color.
Tend to your own affairs, all of you.
That will suffice. Benvolio and Juliet never appear in the same scene.
I'll need help getting in and out of the dress and wig.
I repeat, Romeo and Juliet again?
It's our most popular play.
The audience loves it.
More importantly, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth loves it.
Well, Richard Burbage, the lead actor of Lord Chamberlain's Men, does not love it. My character dies in the 3rd act. We should do the new play we've been working on,
Yes, the one with all the magic and fairies.
where I get to be director.
And I get to be a king.
Yes, Shakespeare. Let's do that one.
We need a new play. This one is tired.
We're not ready yet. Besides, we don't have enough actors here to play all the parts.
We have the fairy singers. Maybe they could take a larger role.
They're singers, not actors, and I can't pay them to do more. No, we perform Romeo and Juliet, or we go to court with nothing at all. How will Her Majesty respond to that, I ask you?
She'll hang us by our necks.
Or chop off our heads.
Or clamp us in the stocks.
Or banish us to Wales.
That's what I thought. Now Burbage, from the top. Places!
2 households, both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge, break to be mutiny. Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. Zounds! Who's this?
Sorry. We're sorry. We didn't mean to interrupt.
Shakespeare? When did you add 3 tiny witches to this play?
What's going on here? Who are you?
Did he say Shakespeare? William Shakespeare?
We're nobody, we're just lost. We were rehearsing a scene and then poof, here we are.
Oh, you're actors. No wonder you're wearing such strange costumes. What play are you rehearsing?
Maybe you've heard of it. It's called.
Don't say it!
Why not?
Excuse us. Don't you see what's happening? The spell, the smoke? We've gone back in time, and that is William Shakespeare.
The William Shakespeare?
What unusual clothing.
What, this? It's not a dress. It's a witch's cloak from...
No!
What is wrong?
It's the player. Some say it's cursed.
You haven't written it yet.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, it's never been performed. We haven't even finished the first scene.
What is this play? Is it any good?
It's really good. It's about a Scottish guy whose wife convinces him to kill the king after 3 witches predict the future. Everybody gets killed.
Just left and right, killing.
We can perfect our sword play.
Groundlings love the death and mayhem. What do you say, William?
That sounds ludicrous. It sounds like something Marlowe'd write.
Can we get on with rehearsal? The sun won't last forever.
Sorry, yes. We were just in the middle of our own rehearsal. We have a performance tomorrow at the Royal Court for Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth.
Cool. The Queen, Her Royal High Majesticness?
Her Majesty.
Queen Elizabeth the First?
Well, yes, first, last, and only so far as I know.
It's the 16th century. Yes, and it has been for 95 years.
But we will not make it to the 17th unless we present this play for our Queen, who is very particular about her entertainment, so if you don't mind.
Of course, we'll be going.
Sorry to interrupt.
We'll just have to find a way back to our...
Time period.
Can we watch?
What? Excuse us again. Don't you know who this is?
William Shakespeare. The William Shakespeare.
Yes,
The William Shakespeare who got us into this mess. Shakespeare wrote that little spell we just used. Now who do you think's gonna help us get back? So can we watch the rehearsal?
Certainly, why not? In fact, you can be our critics. Fetch them some stools. Watch some of the play, and let the actors know how they're doing. Do you think you can do that?
You are fellow thespians after all.
Certainly. Why not? What are we watching?
Shakespeare's most famous play. The Tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
Let us skip ahead. We haven't got much time. We need to work on the balcony scene.
My dress.
Don't forget the wig.
In this scene, Romeo has come to see if he can speak to Juliet.
I play Romeo.
Family, the Montagues, are involved in a violent feud with Juliet's family, the Capulets.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Ay me.
She speaks, oh, speak again, bright angel.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is thy enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's a Montague? It's not hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet?
I take thee at thy word. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in the night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. For my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had it written, I would tear the word.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death considering who thou art. If any of my kinsmen find thee here, if they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have the knight's cloak to hide me from their sight.
By whose direction you found us at this place?
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, do not swear by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all.
Juliet!
Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but little, I will come again.
I am afraid. Being a knight, all this but a dream. Too flattering, sweet to be substantial.
Good, very good. Well, what do you think?
Good.
Very good.
And you? What did you see?
See, well, he was talking about names and roses.
True, yes. She, Juliet, was rhapsodizing about the complexities of identity.
She, I get it. I should have known by the dress. And he was saying something about the night and the moon.
Correct. Romeo was professing his love, swearing by the ever-changing orb that illuminates the night sky.
But it's the middle of the day.
Yes, of course. You don't expect us to perform the dark, do you? No one could see a thing.
Of course not. That would be silly.
It is the language of the play that sets the scene for the audience. The magic of poetry that transports the audience to another time and place, that transforms this ordinary world into extraordinary places.
Thank you, Richard.
Take my speech from the second act. Oh, then, I see Queen Mab has been with you.
Who?
She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn by a little team of atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep.
Athwart, what's that?
Her wagon spokes are made of long spider's legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers.
So it's kind of a bug-like thingy?
Her chariot is an empty cape nut, and in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains until they dream of love. Thank you, friends. Now do you see?
Yes, I think so. What the actors say sets the scene for the audience.
Well put.
Would you like to try it?
Me?
Of course. You could play the balcony scene.
I don't know the words. Is there a script?
No script is needed. Now that you've seen it, you can do it extempore.
I don't know. What part should I play? Romeo?
No, you will take on the role of Juliet, and I will continue as Benvolio to the balcony with you. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Ah, me.
She speaks, oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I remember that part. Forget about your stupid name, and if you do, I'll do the same.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
Who cares about names? Montague, Mongoose, Mongolia? If I had a rose, but I called it a skunk, it would still smell like a rose.
I take thee at thy word. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
Who are you?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am, for my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had it written, I would tear the word.
How did you get here? If anybody sees you, they'll kill you.
I have the knight's cloak to hide me from their sight.
How did you find me?
Lady by yonder blessed me, and I swear.
Don't swear by the moon. It changes every month. Full, half, waxing, waning. I learned that in science class.
What shall I swear by?
Why do you have to swear?
Juliet.
Hang on. Be right there. Sorry. Gotta go. BRB.
I am afraid. Being a knight, all this but a dream. Too flattering, sweet to be substantial.
Ta-da!
Well done.
Fine work, young thespian.
I wasn't as poetic as Romeo here.
The first step is to understand your part, and so often it's much simpler than we think.
We should put all these young actors in our play. Clearly they have potential.
We could use them in the crowd scenes.
Not to mention the duel in scene 1.
An excellent idea. Have you ever engaged in Mortal Kombat?
Oh, I hate video games.
I think he means sword fighting.
Ah, yes. They could take on the roles of Abraham and Balthasar.
Fetch some sides and swords.
Wait, what? You want us to sword fight?
Cool!
No, not cool. We've never fought with swords before.
It's the magic of the theater. Just pretend you know what you're doing.
Here you are. You'll be playing Abraham, one of Lord Montague's men, and you are Balthazar, Romeo's servant. Sadly, you don't speak.
I'm a fighter, not a talker.
Yes, just so. You enter from over there.
Draw thy sword. Here comes two of the house of Montague.
Coral, I will back thee.
I will frown as they pass by.
Nay, I will bite my thumb at them, which is disgrace to them if they bear it.
What? Say your line.
Oh, do you bite your thumb at us, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law on our side if I say A? No.
Then no, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir. If you do, sir, I serve as good a man as you. No, better. Yes, better.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Gregory, remember thy swashing blow. Ha!
going to work. I'm telling you, Shakespeare, we should do the new play we've been working on, A Dream at Midsummer's Eve.
A Midsummer Night's Dream. But it's not ready yet, especially not for the Queen.
It's wonderful, William.
And now we have actors to fill out the cast.
And we have a fairy to play in the scene with Pope as Puck.
And actors to play actors in our merry band of actors.
You know the Queen favors magic.
Please,
Very well, very well. We will work these young actors into the play. But we must hurry. We only have the rest of the day to practice. Tomorrow, we perform before the Queen.
I'm not sure we can stay until tomorrow.
Don't be ridiculous. How often does one get to perform for royalty?
Before the ladies and gentlemen of the court.
And besides, the food is exceptional. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
There's no time for this squabbling. We have to rehearse. Burbage, you take these players to the tiring room and rehearse through the mechanical scene. Puck, Oberon, Titania, you stay here with me. You'll be playing a fairy who serves the fairy queen, Titania. You enter from there. Places!
How now, Spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve our fairy queen, to do her orbs upon the green. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, for the queen cannot within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, and now they never meet in Grover Green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are the shrewd and knavish sprite. Called Robin Goodfellow, are not you he who frights the maidens of the villagery, and misleads night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet Puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am the merry wanderer of the night. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here, my mistress, that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What jealous Oberon, fairy, skip hence.
Tarry, rash wanton. How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels go with us, if not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Fetch me the flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees.
I'll put a girdle around the earth.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it on lion, on bear, on wolf, or on bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love.
Come now, a roundel and fairly song. Then for the third part of a minute, hence to your work. Sing me to sleep, then to your offices let me rest.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, sing of sweet
sleeps. All is well, hence let us away.
Rude mechanicals, that's your cue.
Are we all met?
Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally man by man, according to the scripts.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit. Do all Athens still plan our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night?
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then call forth your actors by the scroll, then so grow to a point.
Mary, our play's the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
An excellent play, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as Snug calls you.
Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
He is the lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Come, tears, confound. Out sword, and wound thy pap of Pyramus. I that left pap, where a heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead? Now am I fled? My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
She is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice.
No, you will play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak, quite dumb. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince. Robin Starveling, you will play the moon, for the story does say that you will present the person of moonshine.
With this lantern doth the horn moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be. That's it? No sword?
No sword.
Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince. Snout, you will play a wall, for the story does say the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did talk very secretly through the chink of the wall.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly.
And last but not least, Snug the joiner, you the lion's part.
Will not the ladies be afraid of the lion?
You ladies, who gentle hearts do fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance to both quake and tremble here. When lions rough and wild estranged doth roar, then you will know it is I, Snug the joiner.
Let me play the lion's part too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that I will let the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, a most lovely gentleman-like man that one might find on a summer's day, a most lovely proper man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus. Come, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin.
What happen homespuns have we swagger in here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen?
Pyramus, speak. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by to thee I will appear.
A stranger, Pyramus than ear, played here. I will follow and make some mischief.
Must I speak now?
Ah, marry must you, for you must understand Pyramus goes but to see a noise, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, as red rose on triumphant briar, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
That's Ninus' tune, man. While you must not speak that yet, you spoke all your parts and cues at once. Pyramus, speak. Your cue is past, it's never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh, strange, we are haunted, playmasters, spymasters, help!
This is a knavier of them to make me afeard.
O bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could, but I will not stir. From this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, so they shall hear that I am not afraid.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Make way for her royal majesty, Queen Elizabeth. Make way for the queen.
Very shiny, Shakespeare.
What do you think, Cecil? Very entertaining, as you say, madame. A donkey's head. How amusing.
I think you would look sweet in it, Dudley. Why don't you try it on?
I'm not sure its color.
But the shape is perfect.
That's enough from both of you.
What brings you to our lowly little theatre?
Oh, I'd like to be out and about. Cecil, a chair, please. It gets so tiresome, the royal residence in Greenwich. And what a better place than a much-needed change of scenery? Isn't that right, Dudley?
Change of scenery. Your Majesty, you're just too funny.
An extraordinary sense of humor indeed, Your Majesty.
You know what a passionate patron of yours Her Majesty is.
And we're so thankful for your patronage. Are we not?
As you should be.
Tell us what you've been working on, Shakespeare. Something intriguing, I presume.
It's a magical new play called A Midsummer Night's Dream.
A dream, is it? Well, we love magic, don't we, Dudley?
Indeed we do.
And the science of alchemy.
And also all things astrological.
Master Shakespeare, is there any astrology in this new play?
Not as such, Your Majesty, but many of the scenes take place in a magical forest under the stars.
We can hardly wait to see it.
You won't have to wait long. We'll be presenting this play at court tomorrow.
What? This play?
The one with the donkey's head? Oh no, we can have donkey's heads at our court tomorrow.
That's why I've come to see you here today, Shakespeare. To make a request. No, not a request exactly.
A command.
A command. That's it. Thank you, Cecil. A command performance, if you will.
Will. You see, Shakespeare, the Queen will be entertaining several important political allies tomorrow.
They are stuffy and boring to a man.
And none of marriageable age.
It's a very sensitive and important diplomacy.
We must negotiate from a strong position.
Yes, and that's why I want them to see something historical. Perhaps you could perform something with battles and political intrigue?
I see. Maybe we could remount Richard III or Henry VI.
Oh no, nothing about the Yorks or the Lancasters. Awful families.
Dreadful Plantagenets, those nasty roses.
Far too many Henrys for my taste.
Besides, we've already seen those plays.
Perhaps we could do something about your father, King Henry VIII.
Oh, heavens no. You wouldn't have enough actors to play his many wives.
What about the Scottish play?
Who said that?
One must not speak to the Queen unless spoken to.
Shall I have that actor punished, Your Highness?
I can handle this, Cecil. I'm sorry. Did you see the Scottish play? I hope you're not referring to my cousin, Mary.
The one who believed herself to be the rightful Queen of England?
Mary, Queen of Scots, was executed a short time ago.
Yes, and it seems then her confusion about who the real queen should be
She somehow managed to lose her head. Is that what you meant by the Scottish play? The Queen has asked you a question.
No, Your Majesty. I was referring to the new play Mr. Shakespeare has been running. The one about the Scottish king named
Apparently it's bad luck to mention the name of this play.
And does this Scottish play contain magic and donkey heads?
Magic, yes. Donkey heads, no.
But it does have political intrigue, military strategy, and historical drama.
I see. We shall see it. Our guests will be tremendously amused. We shall see you all tomorrow. Let us go, Dudley. Make way for Her Royal Majesty, Queen Elizabeth. Make way for the Queen.
Are you stark raving mad? A Scottish play with warfare, political intrigue, and political intrigue. Who ever heard of anything so ridiculous? And now we have to perform it in front of the Queen, the royal court, and a group of military dignitaries. In less than one day, it cannot be done.
It can.
You have condemned us all.
She'll have our heads. It'll be a laughing stock. We'll never work again. We can't present ourselves to court. We should run away.
Run? Where can we go? The Queen's expecting us at court tomorrow, and here we are without a play.
We have a play.
What play?
There is no play.
This play.
Macbeth!
If we weren't cursed before, we are now.
This was the play we were working on. The play that brought us here in the first place.
And our only hope of getting out of this mess.
Macbeth, did you say? It sounds so familiar, almost as if I had thought of it myself. May I?
This play, Macbeth. Does it have a part for me?
Oh yes, probably the best part you'll ever play.
Tell me more.
Okay, here's the deal. Duncan, the King of Scotland, is fighting a war against Norway and Ireland, and things are going very well.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
Meanwhile, Macbeth and another general named Banquo overhear the prophecy of the three witches.
That's us.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth. Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or what indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you grew with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seemed rapt withal. But to me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail,
Hail.
hail, lesser than Macbeth and greater.
The problem is, there's already a king, and he comes to spend the night in Macbeth's castle, where he meets Lady Macbeth, Macbeth's wife. She decides that he must kill the king and take the throne for himself.
I have done the deed.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white.
So Macbeth becomes the king, but he doesn't feel safe. Remember the witch's prophecy about Banquo and his sons? Macbeth tries to have them murdered too.
It will be rained tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh, treachery, fly, good Fleons, fly, fly, fly!
Banquo's son escapes. Another general named Macduff is suspicious of Macbeth, so Macbeth hires some more murderers to have Macduff's wife killed.
Whither should I fly?
Along with Macduff's whole family.
We won't have enough actors after all the killing.
Well, all the killing is making Macbeth feel guilty. So he starts seeing things, like Banquo's ghost.
Ooh.
Ah! And he starts to go a little bit crazy.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form of this which now I draw. Thou marshalled me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes made the fool of the other senses, or else worth all the rest.
Well done, Shakespeare.
What happens next?
Well, in the end, Lady Macbeth goes crazy.
Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
Macbeth kills a few more people.
What is thy name?
My name is Macbeth.
And Macduff gets revenge for his whole family.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword.
And Duncan's son Malcolm takes over.
And thanks to all, at once and to each one.
The end.
What a fine piece of work.
And it goes by so quickly.
Well, it is Shakespeare's shortest play.
What's that? What did you say?
Me? Nothing.
Did you say Shakespeare's play?
Yes. Did you say Shakespeare's play?
Well, here's the thing.
I agree with Richard. It is a fine play, and if we're to perform it for the Queen, we have our work cut out for us. Everyone, quickly, get into costume. Fetch some swords. We'll need to work through the night, so be sure to have some fresh torches ready.
You know, don't you?
Macbeth, a play in 5 acts by William Shakespeare.
Originally performed in 1604 by the King's Men.
Nearly 10 years in the future, the King's Men?
King James I, son of Mary, Queen of Scots.
You mean to say that she...
In 1603, natural causes. She doesn't lose her head.
Let us not share that information with Her Majesty, shall we not?
We shan't.
Are you going to be okay?
You're taking this all very well.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't read it myself. Besides, we'd better get this done if we're going to get this done tonight.
Make way for Her Royal Majesty, Queen Elizabeth. Make way for the Queen.
Keep your seats. Sorry to be late. Welcome one and all to the royal court here in Greenwich. Cecil?
Thank you, Your Majesty. As you all know, you've all been invited here today by none other, by Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth here to see a new play presented by none other than the Lord Tiberman's Men.
Unfortunately, the Lord Tiberman is unable to join us here today.
He was unexpectedly called away.
On very important business, we are certain. So perhaps Master Shakespeare would like to introduce this new piece of work?
What a grand idea, Dudley. William, Master Shakespeare, will you come forth into our presence for an introduction?
Your Majesty.
Tell us about this new and exciting play we are all about to witness. As I recall, it is mysterious and foreign in its origin, and much like many of the visiting dignitaries here today.
Oh, Your Majesty, it's too funny. Your Majesty is such a wit.
Don't you agree, Master Shakespeare?
Yes, of course, you're right, my lady. Your Majesty, the play which we've only very recently conceived is the story of a Scottish king and his ascent to power. Through the uses of deception, corruption, witchcraft, and murder, you will witness the rise and fall of a tyrant and his unscrupulous wife. A kingdom will be brought to its knees by its overwhelming ambition and greed.
Oh, it sounds fascinating and all too familiar. And what is the name of this tyrannical king?
He shares his name with the title of our play. The Lord Chamberlain's Men, in service of Her Majesty, present for your enjoyment the tragedy of Macbeth.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses. O worthiest cousin, we are pleased to see you, and feel we are in your debt for the hospitality you extend us.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants.
I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor less been known for having done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Fair noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
We are ever your highness servants, and keep this house in trust for your highness pleasure.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure. By your leave, hostess.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath,
There to meet with Macbeth.
fair is foul and foul is fair. hover through fog and fills the air.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the head's pig whine.
Harpier cries, "'Tis time,
'Tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw.
Toad, that under cold stone days and nights has 31 sweltered venom sleeping got, boiled out first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burning, cauldron, bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burning, cauldron, bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, Mongolf of the raven, salty shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark. Add thereto a tiger's children, for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burning, cauldron, bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
It's happening again! It's working, it's working!
Do you think it'll get us home?
I hope so! Look out!
What's going on? Your Majesty, it is not safe for me. We must leave.
What is that smoke?
This is frightening.
Make way for Her Royal Majesty.
What happened?
Are we home?
This is where we started.
Did that really happen?
I think it did.
It seems like a dream.
I wouldn't believe it. Unless
It really happened!
we were in the 16th century. We met William Shakespeare.
The William Shakespeare! We acted with William Shakespeare.
And the Lord Chamberlain's men. Don't forget about them.
We performed for Queen Elizabeth.
I know, I was there. Hey guys, listen to this. My dear friends, the Weird Sisters.
That's us! Jinx!
I write this as we prepare for tomorrow's performance before the Queen. I wish to thank you for your contribution to our endeavors and wish you well in the future.
I hope that the time you spent with us was as enlightening and enjoyable for the three of you as it was for me. I am returning your copy of Macbeth, along with this inscription. I won't be needing it, for it seems I know it by heart. Imagine that. Do not worry about the completion of the performance. The other actors can take on the parts of the three witches for the remainder of the play. If we have any difficulty explaining your disappearance, we can always convince Her Majesty and the audience that you fell prey to Macbeth's curse. You'd be surprised how willing people are to believe in that sort of thing these days.
In conclusion, I wish to tell you how proud you've made me feel. My plays, it seems, will survive as long as young actors like yourselves continue to believe in them. Words, actions, and just the right amount of magic and mystery. Stay out of trouble. Yours, William Shakespeare.
Oh, and by the way, I'll be making some changes to the witch's spell, in case you had any ideas about trying it again. So don't go digging hemlock in the dark. Unless you want to come back someday.
I just wanted to thank you all for coming, and I'd like you to give one more round of applause to these lovely actors. And to tell you that sitting amongst you are 5 people who are double cast who are going to have their performance along with the rest of the folks you see on the stage this evening. So it would be lovely if you would come back and support them as well. Thanks a lot for coming, and have a nice afternoon.